Do y'all feel like y'all are living in a sci-fi movie sometimes? Well, I do. For those of y'all that don't know what I'm talking about, 2 days ago, Elon Musk hosted an event called We Robot in Los Angeles. And man, let me show you a couple clips from this event and let's talk about it. Check this out.
As you can see, I just arrived in the ROBOTAXI, the cyber cab. And there's 20 more where that came from. There's no steering wheel or pedals. So I hope this goes well. I think the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that you can think of it like individualized mass transit. The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile. Whereas the cost of cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So yes, and you will be able to buy one. Yes, exactly. We expect the cost to be below $30,000.
It's crazy because I was always told as a child, right, before I started doing my own research, that AI and all of this stuff was a recent thing. But whenever I started doing research, I found the exact opposite. Look at my screen right here. So I literally went down a rabbit hole about the history of artificial intelligence and stuff, right? So if we read right here, the groundwork for AI, you see this stuff started in the 1900s. It says there was a lot of media created that centered around the idea of artificial humans, so much so that scientists of all sorts started asking the questions, is it possible to create an artificial brain, right? So they were thinking about creating an artificial brain since the 1900s. It says some creators even made some versions of what we now call robots, and the word was coined with a Zec play in 1921. Though most of them were relatively simple, these were steam powered for the most part, and some could make facial expressions and even walk. This was the 1900s, y'all. So look, let's go back to it. Now we know that, right? Because you know I gotta always reel this stuff back into the Bible. We know the mark of the beast when it happens. In the book of Revelation, when they explain it, it says no one's going to be able to buy or sell without doing this. So we know that painting the scene is going to be something that's going to be able to track everything and everybody, right? We can't do that now because we're on a cash-based system. So if I wanted to do a transaction, I can just go to like a farmer's market and give somebody cash and be able to do that. But this specifically says that nobody is going to be able to buy, sell, or trade without taking this mark. So we know that it must be a new system in place. But when I do research, it's something called ISO 20022 that's supposed to be implemented by November of 2025, right? And basically it's taking everything on a blockchain where it's transparent, where it's trackable and all of this different stuff. That's what's happening. That's the reality of things, right? So we know that we are moving to a whole different system. And I find it no coincidence that this is happening the same time. But look, let's look at this too, right? So the interesting thing about this, y'all, is in this ROBOVAN, it's no steering wheel. Bro, think about that. It's no steering wheel, meaning you can't control where you want to go. Do you see this? The same person creating this is the same person that created the Neuralink, which merges AI in humans, right? The same person that's bro, this stuff is deep. But look, this is the thing. So that's the ROBOVAN, and mind you, notice how it's slowly implemented, slowly but slowly. So it starts with a generation rejecting this stuff. So you have, we think in 1900s when they started doing this, or when they started looking into it. Think about your grandparents and how they are. So you have a generation that rejects it, and the people that's trying to implement a new system, they have to be patient because they know a generation is going to reject it. So what do? If you know one generation is rejecting it, you want to plant seeds for the other generation. So now you start desensitizing. You place this stuff in movies to desensitize it. So the first generation is like, oh, that's crazy. I don't want nothing to do with that. The next generation is more curious. Then the next generation is more curious. And now you start implementing smartphones, right? So what do? You have personal assistants like Siri, Alexa. Now we're already using this stuff, not even realizing consciously that we're using it. And then you start implementing some more. Okay, smart TV, smart thermometer, smart car. Now, next thing you know, we're so desensitized. Whenever this stuff come out, we embrace it. That's how these people operate, right? And this is the thing. Whenever I look, so that's that. Now let me show you this clip of this humanoid Tesla robot, and we're gonna talk about when it's coming out. All right, so check this out.
It all actually applies to a humanoid robot. It's the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels. And we've made a lot of progress with the Optimus. And as you can see, we started it with someone in a robot suit, sort of down, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO. And I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. Probably less than a car, is my prediction, long term. Now, it'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but fundamentally at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids, it can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of.
Bro, crazy, right? So as you see in this, they said that it's gonna help you do all of this stuff. So think about the average person and think about daycare for the average person. You got 4 or 5 kids. It's what, $300 a week per kid? So that's $1,200 you spending. What? So you mean to tell me I can get a robot for less than $30,000 and bring this robot inside my home, and now it's saving me money? This is now an investment. You see the craftiness in this stuff. So now you bring this inside of your home, and it's so convenient to where you don't have to think no more. You don't have to do anything no more. You have robots raising your children. You don't have to do it, right? So first it went from, oh, I'm not letting the government raise my kids. I'm going to raise my kids. Okay, now, now I was raising my kids. Now it's easier for a robot to raise my kids, and I can do what I want to do. You see how slowly this stuff is coming and creeping in, but the average person is not aware of it. The average person don't care about this stuff. Now, let's continue even further, right? So I Googled, and I'm like, okay, so when is this stuff coming out, right? So just a simple Google search, this is what I found. And this is what I typed in if y'all want to. I says, when does the human Tesla robot come out? It says Musk on Thursday night. This is the event I was telling you. We Robot unveiled the Tesla Optimus robot, the company's new 5'8" robot that can be what Musk called your own personal R2-D2. But if we keep reading down, it says the Tesla boss gave a preview of the bot, which the company plans on selling in 2026. So let's get this straight. 2025, and look, check this out. If you don't believe me with this, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to show you that the new system is getting implemented in 2025, November 2025. Look on the screen right now, Swift.com. Swift is a messaging system that all of the banks throughout the whole entire world use, okay? And this is how they speak back and forth to each other. The problem with the Swift messaging system is that it's outdated. It takes, if you're sending money across borders, it takes days, and it costs so much. So they're linking up with digital assets to start doing this with banks. 2025, let's read this. It says the future of proof and ecosystem. Okay, let's do it right here. The SWIFT board has reconfirmed the community's commitment to November 2025 as the end of the M2-ISO 20022 cross-border coexistence period for payments instructions. This is telling you that that's the end. They're switching payment systems in 2025, right? And look at this, live trials of digital assets transactions on SWIFT to start in 2025. They're starting everything in 2025. The very next year, they're rolling out the AI humanoid robots in 2026. Do you see this stuff coming down right here? But y'all think this is a game. Y'all think that is just a coincidence. Y'all think that we're saying doom and gloom, but this is the reality of things. The reality is the beast system is about to be implemented, and they're doing this stuff to have tracking. The sad part is, let me tell you the sad part about all of this, okay? This is the sad part. The average person relies on technology so much, right? Ask your neighbor, does he know how to get from point A to point B, being, I don't know, another state or wherever? If you had to go to a specific place, a specific state, do you know how to get there without a GPS? You don't, okay? The average person don't. Now, the people that do, kudos to you, right? But think about this. This ROBOTAXI is not going to have a steering wheel or nothing in it, okay? How are you you can't take control of this stuff. You're relying on technology for so much. The same technology that's going to be in your home, the same technology. Think about the digital IDs, right? They're taking everything from the physical and they're putting it on blockchain, right? So now whenever you go to airports and stuff, you don't need your ID anymore because now it's on your phone. And then from your phone is going to be a chip that you're going to get implemented inside of you. This is the agenda that's slowly being rolled out, but a lot of people cannot see this, right? Now, that's the reality. Now let me give you some hope. The hope is this. We know the end is coming. We know, we look in the book of Revelation, how they talk about you can't buy, sell, or trade. We know the mark of the beast is coming. Look at Amazon Palm Pay. All of this stuff is happening at the same time. Now, the average person, it's like, man, how do I escape from this? You can't escape. The thing is, Jesus is the only way, okay? The only way of escape to all of this stuff. You need Christ on your side, okay? You need Christ, because that's the only thing and that's the only person that can save your salvation, save you from everything that's coming. The world wants to distract us about presidential candidates, about race, about all of this different stuff. And in the background, all of this stuff is happening in real time at rapid speed. But the most important thing is, where are you going to be eternally, right? Because this first death is going to happen. We all got to die some kind of way, whether it's through old age, whatever it is. But the thing is, the second death is what we are supposed to be preparing for. Okay, where are you going to spend eternity? And that's only through Jesus Christ. So I encourage y'all, man, getting y'all word, get y'all relationship with Christ right, and stay prayed up, because God is always going to give us a way of escape. He's going to give us wisdom, knowledge, insight on how to maneuver, what to do. But be led by the Spirit. So when you pray, you ask for direction, you ask for wisdom, you ask for knowledge, you ask for understanding, and you ask for God to direct your path. Okay. It's a scripture, and it talks about, what is it? Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge the Lord, and He'll direct your path. That's in all your ways, acknowledge Him, right? That means whatever this stuff happened, whatever all of this stuff happened, don't lean on your own understanding. You pray and you ask God for insight. You ask God for wisdom, knowledge. How should I go about this? Okay, God, you made me the head of my household. Give me direction. I don't want to lead my household with my own wisdom. I need wisdom from God. You feel me? This is how you have to operate, man. But I just want to put y'all on game, update y'all, man. And y'all comment down below. Tell me, are y'all letting this thing in y'all crib? They said they're selling this for under $30,000. They're going to start selling it in 2026. And yeah, what do y'all think? Y'all think somebody might be on the other side, spying on different stuff? Like, what's y'all thoughts on this? As always, man, I love y'all. God bless.